Hello, everybody, or specifically you, viewer. You seem to be the only person who attended this class. Well, nonetheless, I should probably introduce myself. My name is Emma. I'm a scientist and a new teacher here at BioVision. Today, we'll be talking about the technology of the lightsaber from Star Wars and the possibility of a real-world saber. It's no denying that the Star Wars franchise was really significant and influential in the film industry, with the first film that was made back in 1977 being considered a legendary and groundbreaking film by many. It was popular for good reason. The vast universe, the cast of characters, and even the fictional technology of Star Wars universe. But arguably, one of the main reasons why Star Wars is popular is of course the lightsabers. Now, lightsabers are a legendary weapon in the universe of Star Wars, with many powerful figures wielding them throughout the entire series. Whether it be our protagonists such as Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Anakin Skywalker, or our antagonists like Darth Vader, General Grievous, or Count Dooku. I'm sure you wanted a real lightsaber at some point in your childhood, whether it's to live your Jedi warrior dreams or to gain vengeance on that one kid back in second grade that called you smelly. Yeah, don't think I forgot about you, Tommy. Anyway, while you were swinging that cardboard tube at the Tower of Boxes with a face thinking it was a stormtrooper, have you ever stopped to think to yourself, how would a lightsaber work in real life? No, of course not. You just kept swinging at the Tower of Boxes. But what if you actually did think that? Well, don't worry, BioVision has got you covered. Welcome to BioVision, an infotainment channel dedicated to the science of real and fictional things. In today's lesson, as you might have guessed, we'll be talking about the possibility of real-world lightsabers, and more specifically, the color, weight, and the blade itself. Now, before we actually get into talking about real-life lightsabers, let's learn more about these laser sticks. According to the official Star Wars website, the lightsaber is the weapon of a Jedi, an elegant weapon of a more civilized age. It can be used to cut through blast doors or enemies alike. Using the Force, a Jedi can predict and deflect incoming blaster bolts and reflect them. Now, the fictional lightsaber is powered by a material known as kyber crystals. These not only give the sabers their signature laser blades, but different colored crystals generate different colored blades. This can actually be replicated with fire and certain elements which cause fire's color to change, which we'll talk about right now. Whenever fire interacts with a certain element, the fire can sometimes change color. For example, copper chloride makes the fire purple. This is actually how different colored fireworks are made. Changing the color of the lightsabers is pretty self-explanatory, right? You just put some element of your choosing onto the fire and let the fire change color, right? Well, lightsabers are quite obviously really hot. And the only thing that actually lets the fire change color is the slow burn that excites the element and causes the whole energy being released as light thing, which we might talk about in another video. So if the lightsabers are really hot, there's a good chance that the element might just get disseminated from the extreme heat. So theoretically, it wouldn't be possible to change the color of the fire due to the extreme temperatures that will likely reach the element's melting point. Now that that's done, let's talk about When you see people swinging lightsabers in the movies, you definitely sometimes think about how heavy these actually are. You might think that they're pretty light, but when you watch a scene from the movies and focus on how they swing the lightsabers, they actually spin their swords a lot, like they're using the momentum. Spinning a sword, while not too practical with shorter swords, is actually a technique used in heavier weapons such as polearms and greatswords, most notably the heavy greatsword Montante. So theoretically, the lightsaber could somehow be using some kind of weight at the end of the handle to mimic the same feeling of a real metallic sword. Or it could also be due to the various high-tech mechanisms within the lightsaber's handle that gives it its weight. Who knows? Now, time for the moment everybody has been waiting for, the saber itself. When we thought about making this video, the first thing that came into our mind were videos of people that claim to have made a real-life lightsaber. The videos themselves were pretty impressive. I mean, come on! Have you ever seen something as cool as that? But functionality-wise, the creation would only have a fraction of the power that the fictional lightsabers have. Sure, it managed to melt glass and cook the chicken, but the lightsabers in the Star Wars universe would have been able to cut clean through the glass and the chicken. So now we're here, and we're finally going to figure out how hot does a lightsaber have to be in order to cut through objects easily. Aside from obviously being able to cut through other humanoids, it was shown in the movies that the lightsabers had the ability to cut through metal, as shown by the cuts left behind whenever a lightsaber comes in contact with metal. Now, let's say that the blast door shown here is made of steel. Steel has a melting point of 2,750 degrees Celsius, possibly more since it's, well, a blast door. It's designed to withstand damage. With how swift the metal is cut in the scene, the heat would have to greatly surpass the melting point of the metal. Thankfully, engineer, astrophysicist, and fellow nerd Brandon Weigel managed to calculate the amount of heat a lightsaber can contain based off of a specific scene in the later Star Wars movies where Jedi Rey manages to cut a rock in half with her saber in one swift swipe. According to Brandon Weigel, the heat of a lightsaber would have to be around at least 36,500 degrees Fahrenheit or 20,260 degrees Celsius in order to cut through an entire rock without effort. With this heat, it would quite easily vaporize anything that touches it. But with this heat, it's actually possible that you can't even get close to the lightsaber without burning to crisp. The human body can only survive 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. And with the lightsaber's extreme heat, your body will likely start malfunctioning by simply standing near it. While having a movie-accurate lightsaber in real life would be awesome, it is definitely a bad and very dangerous idea. Without the protection that the Force would give you, lightsabers would likely vaporize anything that steps within a few feet of it. You'll be better off buying a toy lightsaber from a local palenque and a few batteries to make it light up. But hey, at least we learned a few things on the way, right? Like the color of the fire, the melting point of metals, and how much heat a human can survive. Well, anyway, there goes my dream of becoming a Jedi. I'll just stick to talking about science while floating in this white void. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed talking about fiction and science, be sure to like the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, why not subscribe? The button is right down there next to the bell icon. We'll be working on more infotainment videos regarding fictional and non-fiction science, so maybe stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to support us further, why not share the video? It'll help grow our YouTube channel so we'd be inspired to make more videos. Well, I guess the video's finished. This is Emma from BioVision signing off.